80s and 90s.
Your number one radio.
98.1 and 1410 AM.
The following is a North Platte Post sports presentation. It's time for FNBO American Legion Baseball with the North Platte Post and FM 98.1.
Get set, and oh my God, there goes Blaze Seiler! He did it! He successfully stole home!
Today's game is brought to you in part by Sand Hills State Bank, Premier Toyota, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings, CT Computer Services, The Shelter Insurance Boys, Pete Voles, Brett Rogo, and Matthew Musselman.
That one smashed into left field. It's going all the way. Make that 2 home runs today for Jack Polk.
FNBO Baseball also brought to you in part by Great Plains Sports and Therapy, Larry's Glass, Bill Summers Ford, the DNN Event Center, Larry's RV, Double Dips Ice Creamery, Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, Great Plains Home Care Equipment, Runza, Puro Clean, CIO Wealth Strategies, and the North Platte Public Schools.
So that's turned on by Blaze Seiler. It's going all the way. It's out of here. The Nationals have done it. Blaze Seiler has hit a home run to walk it off.
Let's play ball. FNBO Baseball from FM 98.1 and AM 1410 while live streamed at NorthPlattePost.com. Here's the voice of the Nationals, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome in here, day 2 of the American Legion State Tournament. I'm Paxton Gordon with you on our coverage on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com. The Nationals will be taking on Gretna Post 216 today in the losers bracket matchup. Of course, the Nationals fell yesterday to Creighton Prep 5 Points Bank 16-5, now taking on a Gretna squad that is A3 runner-up, 29-10 on the season. Gretna, and they fell actually to Strasburger Orthopedics, who is Lincoln Northwest. They were 15-18 on the year, Lincoln Northwest was, as the A5 district runner-up. They're now here in the losers bracket with Coach Brian O'Flynn, seeing if they can upset the Nationals, who came into yesterday looking to continue on with their strong season overall and get off to a hot start in the first round of the state tournament. But unfortunately for the Nationals, they got off to a slow start. They fell to Creighton Prep 16-5, throwing out 4 different pitchers. And of course, who was supposed to be starting today, Easton Jones, was the intended starter for the Nationals as their pitcher for today, but because of yesterday and how much of a struggle it was for the Nationals pitching staff outside of Easton Jones to find that strike zone, they had to deploy him yesterday, and today that means Jack Polk will be on the mound for the Nationals on short rest. Of course, Polk pitched 80 pitches on Tuesday in the very final game of the A7 district tournament. Fortunately, they got walked off, the Nationals did, and they fell in that game. It's time for our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24-plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers homemade waffle cones and bowls alongside homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. Hey, plus they also have available the ice cream trailer for all your outdoor events. We're starting on the road team for today. That's, of course, the FNBO Nationals. Leading off, Caden Johnson, as always, in center field with Jack Polk and the 2-hole. He will be the pitcher in today's contest. Landon Greeno at first with Easton Jones, who is batting on over in the 5-hole at third base. Dean McIntyre from the catching position in the 6-hole. Logan Hayes in the 7-hole, as well as Blaze Seiler will be out in right field. Ty Hanneborg will be at second, as he always is. And then, of course, Jackson Peters in left field for the Nationals today. On the side of Gretna Post 216, Bryce Lakers will be in center field. He'll be leading off for the side of the Gretna seniors alongside Kenny Orsar. He'll be in right field. Griffin Goldman at first base. Calvin Jansen, the designated hitter today for Gretna. Hayden Parrish at left field. Ike Jarzinska will be behind home plate with Brody Bernal at the side of third. Joel Sullivan at shortstop, Landon Bagley at second, and then Carson Skokan will be on the mound today for the side of Gretna 216. Again, loser of today's matchup will go home and have their season come to an end. The winner will move on and continue on in the losers bracket. And these two teams here today are some of the best teams in their respective regions. They both came runner-up, though, in their district final, but have spectacular records, and it's going to be a great matchup today between Gretna as well as the FNBO Nationals. Coach Ricky Holm, as always, leading the squad alongside assistant coach Andrew Brocious, and then Bryce Flynn on over for Gretna. We're going to step aside and take a break for our quick stop pregame show as the national anthem is just getting underway. We come back. It's time for some baseball right here, FM 98.1, 1410 video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick stop. With your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gets you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
With summer just around the corner, Mid-Plains Community College can help you get a jump start on your college degree. Our summer courses may allow you an opportunity to transfer credits back to your institution, saving you money while helping you earn your degree faster. Visit our website at mpcc.edu to learn more about our summer offerings and begin transforming your future today. That's mpcc.edu.
Amy is trying the new BLT Junior wrap from Runza.
You will never guess all the good stuff they've got in here. They've got bacon.
Well, yeah, it's a BLT.
They've also got lettuce.
Yep, the L in BLT.
And even, you'll never guess.
Tomatoes? It's a BLT.
You're good.
So is the new BLT Junior wrap at Runza. Come see for yourself. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Welcome back here to the Den Hart Activities Complex for Day 2 of the state tournament of American Legion. Nationals 0-1 to start the state tournament as they fell to Creighton Prep yesterday, 16-5. Of course, for the side of Gretna Post 216, the Nationals' opponent today, they fell to Strasburger Orthopedics, Lincoln Northwest, yesterday as well, 5-1. Again, the winner of this game moves on in the next round of the losers bracket, while the unfortunate end of the loser as their season come to an end. Of course, as I said, Carson Skokan's on the mound here today for the side of the Gretna Post 216 seniors. Quickly facing off against the lead-up and the lead-off batter here, Caden Johnson, with Jack Polk on deck. And then Landon Greeno in the hole for the Nationals. In terms of overall statistics this year, for one, Caden Johnson, unfortunately, I lied. I can't. You gotta give me a second here. Oh, let me do that. Getting close to 450, Caden Johnson is. As Gretna is the home team for today. 29-10 on the season compared to the Nationals, who are 32-19, of course. As Carson Skokan gets ready to rock and roll. Caden Johnson as well. A big day on the docket for both these two teams. Both teams really yesterday kind of struggled to find some good, clear, consistent offense. The Nationals only came away with 2 hits. The only reason that they were able to get those 5 runs were really on Creighton Prep pitching mistakes. So the Nationals really need their bats to wake up today. They've really, these last 3 games, ever since the start of the district tournament, or the start of the district championship game, have kind of fallen to the wayside a little bit in terms of their overall hitting strength. So the Nationals today kind of really need to find that rejuvenated offense that we've seen so far this season has been pretty successful. But here's Caden Johnson leading things off for the Nationals against Skokan. He looks to lay a bunt down, popped up, and then easily gloved and caught for out number 1 from the catcher, Ike Jarzinska. And Caden Johnson's already down for 1 out here in this top of the first inning for the Nationals after he popped up on a bunt attempt. Of course, Nationals trying to get off to a sneaky quick start on their small game, but Fortunately, Johnson popped it up, and here comes one Jack Polk here against Skokin, and with that first pitch officially into Jack Polk's down low for ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now to the pitcher today for the Nationals. Next pitch from Skokin there, strike number 1 on a fastball around the knees. A lot of colleges here today in observance for state tournament. Iowa Western is here, a team that you constantly see in the NJCAA championship out in Grand Junction. The JUCO World Series, might I say, as Skokin's next pitch outside, another fastball, 2-1. Check swing, but that's upstairs, 3-1 to Jack Polk, as well as Jack Polk School Southeast. Also here to say hi. 3-1 the count now with 1 down to the pitcher, Jack Polk. As that pitch in there, strike number 2 at the knees. Polk thought that was a ball. So now we're back to full 3-2 the count. As Skokin's payoff, swing and a miss. Down goes Jack Polk on a fastball swinging. And there's 2 down already in this top of the first inning. As first baseman Landon Greeno now strolls up to bat. Had a tough day yesterday on the mound. Of course, Coach, when he talks about Landon Greeno this season, wildly effective is how he described him on the mound. Yesterday, unfortunately for Landon Greeno, more wild than effective. Really struggled to find a spot in the strike zone. It only lasted 1 1/3 inning as the next pitch from Skokin's in there for strike 1, 1-1 the count. Pitched upwards of 40, so he'll get a couple days off before he'll be even back on the mound for the Nationals as a pitching option. 1-1 fastball outside for ball 2. Then after that, Ty Robinson came in for not even a full inning, 0.3, a third of an inning before he was canned for Easton Jones, who then went 4 innings, giving up 7 earned. That one a little soft grounder on over to second, throw to first in time for the 3rd out of this inning. And that's how we get through the top of the first. A quick 1, 2, 3 is now. Here comes the Nationals defense. What can they do against this Gretna's post-216 senior squad that are 29-10? Well, you'll have to find out when we come back here to the Den Hartog Activities Complex for day 2 of the state tournament. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting new career? Larry's Glass has been a trusted name in custom glass design for over 40 years, and they are seeking a skilled glazier to join their team. If you have a passion for precision and craftsmanship, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Install glass in commercial, residential, and auto settings. Get paid while you train for a new career. Stop into Larry's Glass at 211 West 5th Street, North Platte, and discuss how you can be part of their team and build a fulfilling career.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season. With North Platte and Nebraska weather, things change quickly and can make our lives a little more difficult. Thank goodness for the DNN. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information for all sports seasons. For over 30 years in our community, for your next event, the DNN Event Center.
Welcome back here to Den Hartog Activities Complex. Nationals here participating in day 2 of the state tournament for American Legion. 0-1 on the state tournament run so far for the Nationals. They fell to Creighton Prep 5 Points Bank yesterday. 16-5 are now in the lower bracket, taking on Gretna post 216 and the seniors. Gretna 29-10 on the year. Nationals 32-18 as Bryce Lakers, the center fielder, will be taking on over for his first swings against Jack Polk, who's on short rest for the Nationals. He pitched on late Tuesday as that pitch down at the knees is there. Strike number 1 to Lakers. Our half inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. And that pitch too low from Jack Polk at the ankles. Ball 1-1 the count now to Lakers. Also, thank you to our other sponsors here for today's game. Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. Find out more, as always, 1510 East 4th Street. As the 1-1 swung on into center field for a base hit as Lakers will get on. First hit today for Gretna, and they already got a runner on the base pads with Bryce Lakers, as it's Kenny Orsar now up to bat. Orsar, the right fielder, will be taking over with the runner at first base being Bryce Lakers. As that first pitch from Jack Polk going to be just a bit outside for ball number 1. So good news, everybody, if you've been listening in. Z93.5 and also Q Country Classics back on here on Eagle Radio. Just got that notification here today, so if you've been missing out on your favorite country tunes, we got you covered as they are back on Z93.5 on for the rest of its lifetime. The 1-0 count from Jack Polk. He'll try to pick off Lakers once again at first, but we'll get back in plenty of time. So still a 1-0 count to the right fielder, Kenny Orsar. On deck, Griffin Goldman and then Calvin Jansen in the hole for Gretna. Another pickoff 3 times in a row. Jack Polk has kept Bryce Lakers on over at first. Again, Lakers very speedy from the leadoff spot for Gretna. So Polk trying to make sure that he stays put. Making a very long leadoff at first. Swung on and foul down the third base side from Orsar. It's 1-1 the count now, with one runner on for Gretna. Again, loser of this game has their season come to an end, while the winner will continue on here in this state tournament in the loser's bracket. Again, every game super valuable. And you already have that loss early on your docket, as Jack Polk now gets a sign from McIntyre. 1-1. In there at around the letters for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now, as Jack Polk tries to find the first out against Kenny Orsar. Again, Lakers still on over at first for Gretna. Pickoff attempt as Bryce Lakers gets back yet again in time. Polk trying to make sure Lakers can't steal. I would maybe suspect potentially we could see a steal on this at bat, or this next swing potentially. 1-2. Grounded back on over to Jack Polk. Could be a double play. Throw to second. Will be in time. So they will get the force out of Bryce Lakers at second. But Orsars will make it on with a fielder's choice, and that brings up Griffin Goldman to the plate, designated hitter for Gretna. A little chipper back to Jack Polk as he was able to turn around in time and throw to second. Logan Hayes blitzing over there from his shortstop position. Just barely was able to tag Lakers out. And with that one down here in this bottom of the first inning, Polk's pitch to Goldman is outside. It gets away from Dean McIntyre. And with that, Orsar going to make his way to second on the passed up ball. 1-0 the count now to Griffin Goldman. Runner in scoring position for Gretna, with Kenny Orsar at second. Due up next, Calvin Jansen, then Hayden Parrish for Gretna, post 216. The 1-0 from Jack Polk. In there at the letters, strike 1. Beautiful pitch, 1-1 the count now. With only one out here, bottom of the first, still tied up 0-0. Gretna though has a runner at second, threatening to score. As Jack Polk's glance at second delivers his 1-1 pitch. That one low on a pretty nasty curve in the dirt. 2-1 the count now for the designated hitter. Actually, the first baseman, Griffin Goldman. Jack Polk will Once again, get his side for McIntyre, and here comes the 2-1 count. That outside, ball 3. It's 3-1 now, the count to Griffin Goldman. That one just barely skirting outside the zone. Here comes Jack Polk's next pitch, the 3-1 on the way. And that's too tight inside for ball 4, and with that a walk as Goldman will now trudge on over to first base, and there's 2 runners aboard for Gretna post 216 with Calvin Jansen, the designated hitter, now up to bat. Scary situation for the Nationals is currently at the moment they are with 1 out in their defensive half of this inning with 2 runners aboard, but a good bounce back pitch from Jack Polk as that's right down the middle. Strike number 1 on a fastball to Calvin Jansen. Strike number 1, it's 0-1 the count now with 1 out. Polk gets the side for McIntyre, 2 runners aboard. Orsar at second, Goldman on over at first. Nice pitch from Jack Polk, another strike. 0-2 now to the designated hitter, Calvin Jansen. Polk looking for his first strikeout today and the second out of this inning. The pitch. That's high upstairs for ball 1. It's 1-2 the count now. 14 pitches so far for Jack Polk. 15 now on the day as he's trying to search for the second out here. 1-2 the count as Jack Polk sets and fires. A little chipper is going to go over to Logan Hayes at short. He's not going to throw it to second. The throw to first will not be in time. It pulls Landon Greeno off the bag. He kind of slipped a little bit as he was trying to make the throw on over to first, and just like that, the bases are loaded as Jansen reaches on an infield single, and that brings up Hayden Parrish, the left fielder, as he'll be facing off against Jack Polk. Bases loaded for Gretna. Orsar at first. Goldman at second. Jansen at first. As that one's lopped into center field, gets down for a base hit. They're going to be bringing on Goldman home. A good throw from Johnson will force Goldman not to go. And with that, an RBI single for Gretna. And the bases are still loaded up as Hayden Parrish gets aboard with a single. Kenny Orsar gets back, and here comes Ike Jarzinska, the catcher here today for Gretna. Once again, the bases are still loaded with 1 out. Post 216. Goldman now at third, Parrish at second. Actually, Parrish at first, and then Calvin Jansen at second. So not a lot of speed on the base paths, but still a bases loaded situation as Polk's pitch is in the turf. Ball 1 again. Jack Polk on short rest. Played Tuesday night in Game 2 of the district championship game against Grand Island, where Bronxton Barrientos hit the game-winning walk-off. That's on over to Ty Hannaborg out of his glove. They're going to be bringing on home the big man Jensen as he will now slide down. And they say he's out as he runs into the knee of Dean McIntyre. So 1 run does come across. But Calvin Jansen misses the slide as he runs into the leg of Dean McIntyre, gets called out. So there's now runners at second and first, but now a 2-0 lead for Gretna. As up to bat comes Brody Bernal, the third baseman. At second, Hayden Parrish, Ike Jarzinska at first. Jack Polk's pitch. That one foul down the first base side for strike number 1. Looked like it was going to be a clean glove from Ty Hannaborg, but unfortunately just bounced out the tip of his glove and into center field and allowed another run to come across. But it's just 2-0 the lead for Gretna as Jack Polk will get his sign from Dean McIntyre that he likes. Takes a long glance at Parrish at second. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Jack Polk. It pulls away from the zone for ball 1. 1-1 the count now. Still 2 runners on, 2 runs on 3 hits for the side of Gretna here in this bottom of the first inning. As Jack Polk, senior pitcher for the Nationals, glances longly at second, delivers. Another one that's squared up and fouled back to the parking lot for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now. If Jack Polk can just get out of this inning unscathed, it'd be pretty good for the Nationals. Only to give up just 2 runs. Here comes the 1-2 from senior Jack Polk. Curveball is skied into right field. Blaze Eiler as well as Landon Greeno coming for it. It gets out of the glove of Landon Greeno, so 1 run will come across. He had to make quite a little contortion of his body to get the ball. Unfortunately, it didn't get successfully into his glove, and it's now the 3rd run to come across for Gretna this game. That one into shallow right. 4th hit today is up now comes Joe Sullivan. Landon Bagley on deck, back to the top of the order with Bryce Lakers almost going through the whole order of this inning for Gretna, and they still have runners that could come across with Ike Jarzinska at third base. Brody Bernal at first, as Sullivan now will take his first attempts against Jack Polk. As first pitch from Jack Polk into Sullivan, turned on and falls back behind our press box for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now. Runners at the corners, still 2 outs here in this bottom of the first. An early 3-0 lead for Gretna post 2:16. 0-1 count now. To the shortstop, Joel Sullivan. Oh, and now there's some confusion in the base pad as they're going to tag the runner out at first. As at first it was Brody Burnell was trying to see if Jack Polk was going to throw to second, and in doing so, he got caught in some trouble. And that's how this inning will come to an end. And now over goes Coach Brian O'Flynn to have a talk with the umpires following that. And I think he was looking for a balk from what I heard on the field. But with that, we'll go now to the top of the second inning. It's still a 3-0 lead for the side of Gretna post 2:16. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting new career? Larry's Glass has been a trusted name in custom glass design for over 40 years, and they are seeking a skilled glazier to join their team. If you have a passion for precision and craftsmanship, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Install glass in commercial, residential, and auto settings. Get paid while you train for a new career. Stop into Larry's Glass at 211 West 5th Street, North Platte, and discuss how you can be part of their team and build a fulfilling career.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Welcome back here to Den Hard Talk Activities Complex, day 2 of the state tournament. Nationals at the moment trailing now Gretna post 2-16, 3-0. Our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey. Sweet B is that first fastball from pitcher Carson Skokin is down low, ball number 1. As next pitch, sky little looper that's going on over to short. Sullivan gets under it. He misplays the ball, and with that, Easton Jones gets on. A little bit of an awkward play it short for Joseph Sullivan. Looked like it was pretty routine, but couldn't get a hold of it. And with that first hit today for the Nationals, and Easton Jones goes on over to first base as a pickoff attempt's going to run into the ribs of Easton Jones as he tried to slide back, and now he's slow to get up. That was a nasty wallop. He looks to be okay, but boy howdy, that was quite nasty of a throw on over to first. It unfortunately wasn't near the glove of the first baseman, Griffin Goldman, and it went right into his ribs. As Dean McIntyre's due up to bat, he'll drive one out to left field. It's looking to stay fair. It does stay fair. It bounces to the corner. Easton Jones scampering his way to third, and he'll hold up a stand-up triple for Dean McIntyre. And the Nationals now are threatening to get some runs across. At third and second, big hit from Dean McIntyre. And he's at second base for Logan Hayes, who now comes up to bat as Carson Skokin gives up his second hit this inning. Still nobody out. 2 runners aboard. McIntyre at second, Easton Jones on over at third. As Carson Skokin gets the sign in from the catcher, Ike Jarzinska, and fires. High upstairs, ball 1 from Skokin. He's up to 15 pitches, making that 16 now on the day. As on deck is Dean McIntyre with Ty Hanneborg in the hole. Here comes the 1-0 pitch now to Logan Hayes. That one at the letters, but down just enough to get in for strike number 1. It's 1-1 the count now. Wind constantly probably at 10 to 15 blowing in from right to left field. The 1-1 now from Skokin as he gets the sign from catcher Jarzinska. Logan Hayes looks to lay a bunt down, but it's going to fall foul for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now. And Easton Jones really running it down the third base line. Mere couple of feet away in that attempt from touching home. But with nobody out, Logan Hayes up to bat. He's looking to score both runners. The speedster Easton Jones at third. Dean McIntyre at second. Could cut into this Gretna lead, which is 3-0. As Skokin into his motion fires. A 1-2. That's high upstairs for ball number 2. 2-2 the count now. Half inning breaks as always brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. His location 621 South Dewey, Sweet Pea. Skokin now with this 2-2 pitch to Logan Hayes. Squared up, drifting towards the parking lot, and it will fall down for a foul ball. It's 2-2 the count now. Good little battle now brewing between Logan Hayes and Carson Skokin. Still a 3-0 lead for Gretna. 3 runs, 4 hits. No errors on their side. Compared to the Nationals, who have 1 error on 2 hits. Skokin's 2-2 pitch. Little chopper that's going to be gloved up. At third, the throw to first will be in time, but they will get 1 run across the Nationals due. Little sacrifice grounder from Logan Hayes, but it does get a run across as Easton Jones makes it home. And now here comes the ever-dangerous Blaze Zeiler. As Dean McIntyre at third base. With 1 down here in this top of the first inning. A 3-1 lead now for Gretna. As Carson Skokin's first pitch in. It just sneaks there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. 1 out here top of the first inning. Blaze Zeiler has had a couple of big extra base hits in the district's run just a couple of days ago, and now here in state looking to convert that same thing. Dean McIntyre started to take off as Blaze Zeiler went for the bunt, and that's fouled off for strike number 2. It's 0-2 the count now to Blaze. And you don't really attribute speed with Dean McIntyre, but when he gets the wheels turning, he sure can get downhill running fast, specifically if he's just going shortly from third to home. The 0-2 from Carson Skokin to Blaze Zeiler. Swing and misses. Down goes Blaze for out number 2. And now up to bat comes Ty Hanneborg. Of course, had that little error out at second base last inning where it just skipped out of his glove and allowed a run to come across for Gretna. He now will be the last out of this top of the first, potentially, if he can't bring one Dean McIntyre home, who is at third base. Skokin's first pitch in. That's high upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 the count now. Jackson Peters is on deck with Caden Johnson in the hole for the side of the Nationals. The 1-0. Check swing, but they're going to say Hannibal went around. It's 1-1 the count now. McIntyre just 90 feet away at third base. The 1-1 pitch. He looks to lay a bunt down, but it's gloved up on a popper and glabbed up by one. Carson Skokin, and that's how this inning comes to an end. But one run did come across for the Nationals. They only trail by 2 now to Gretna post 216. So we're going to make our way to the bottom of the second right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
Bill Summers knows summer storms and hail can wreak havoc on your vehicle. Experience damage? Don't wait. Bill Summers is ready to assist you with all your questions about gap insurance, what to do next, and can guide you through the process if your car is totaled. You don't always have to wait for your insurance check to get back on the road. Bill Summers offers immediate purchase options so you can drive away today and enjoy the ride. Weather the storm with confidence. Call or visit Bill Summers in North Platte today or go online 24/7 at billsummers.com.
Welcome back here to the Den Hartog Activities Complex. Nationals trailing Gretna post 216 here in the losers bracket matchup 3-1. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Gretna. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error for the Nationals. Happening breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His location 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Alongside our other sponsors here for today's game, Sand Hills State Bank, most committed brand of banking, locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, and many more. Head to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. Jack Polk still on the mound, 24 pitches already on the day today. He'll be facing off against Joel Sullivan again. Got a weird way to end the bottom of the first inning, as it was Brody Bernal who was kind of like walking his way on over to second, thinking like Polk got called for a balk, and then because of that got picked off, and the inning came to an end. So Joel Sullivan up to bat again here this inning. He'll swing on one over to Logan Hayes at short. He gloves it, throws on over to first in time, and there's one out here in this bottom of the second inning. Landon Bagley now will come up to bat for Gretna. Following Bagley, Bryce Lakers, then Kenny Orsar. Of course, it was Lakers that led off the game with a hit today. Already 1 down here in this bottom of the second inning. Jack Polk on the mound, gets into his motion and delivers. That one rocketed right back on over to Logan Hayes again. He'll throw it on over to first in time, and there's back-to-back outs from Logan Hayes to Landon Greeno. 2 up, 2 down for Bryce Lakers. Lakers singled in his first plate appearance to center field. Now will take his second swings against Jack Polk with Kenny Orsar on deck, and then Griffin Goldman in the hole for Gretna. Pitch in from Polk. Check swing, but that's down below the knees for ball number 1. And this top half of the order pretty scary for Gretna. Help them get to their 29-10 record this season. The 1-0 turned on that one. A little blooper could be going to Jackson Peters in left field. He gets underneath it and gloves it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Gretna in their bottom half of the inning. We're now going back to the Nationals' top half. Can they continue the scoring when we come back here to the Den Hartog Activities Complex? FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Where do you go for wings?
Dave's Place.
Where do you go for pizza?
Dave's Place.
What about cold drinks, a family atmosphere, and nightly specials?
Dave's Place.
Sounds like a sweep for Dave's Place. Pizza made from fresh dough, drink deals, and yes, the best pizza and wings.
It's Dave's Place.
Dave's Place on East 4th Street or at davesplacenp.com.
Order it, carry out, DoorDash. Dave's Place. Whoop, whoop.
Free PC and Mac checkups at CT Computer Services in North Platte? That's right. Let CT Computer Services diagnose your systems to ensure your hardware integrity, security, and overall PC Mac health are running as they should. For a free PC Mac checkup, stop in at 905 South Willow in North Platte or call 308-534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys since 2005.
Welcome back here to the Den Hartong Activities Complex. Nationals trailing Gretna post 216, 3-1 here in this top of the third. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Gretna compared to the 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error for the Nationals. Our happening breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As that first pitch from Carson Skokin into Jackson Peters. Strike number 1. Also thanking to our sponsors here for today's game, CT Computer Services. Your IT guy since 2005 as the 0-1 fastball is down low. Ball 1. Again, Peters gets the start out in the left field. A little bit of shenanigans yesterday in terms of the left field where it was Tyler Townsend and Logan Peters. It was Tyler Townsend substituting then for Jackson Peters midway through the game, and then Logan Hayes as Peters will foul one off for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now to the young Jackson Peters. Now a sophomore as high school season starts in a couple of weeks. The 1-2 count from Carson Skokin. Ooh, that's going to bounce off the shoulder, it sounded like. But we'll say it's a ball. It's 2-2 now the count. It kind of sounded like it connected with some skin. And now time's going to be called as I was going to say. Now here comes Coach Holm to have a talk with the home plate umpire as it sounded like it bounced off of his arm, picked up on my crowd mic. So 2-2 the count now to Jackson Peters as Skokin fires. Pitch that's outside, ball 3. It's 3-2 the count now. Peters felt it, made the comment to the home plate umpire, but home plate umpire said no, and now Coach Holm going to have a talk with the third base umpire. As that one's tight inside ball 4, it doesn't matter either which way. Skokin will walk Jackson Peters over to first, and now here comes Caden Johnson for the second time. Johnson tried to lay a bunt down in his first at-bat for the Nationals in the top of the first inning. It popped up and was gloved by the catcher, Ike Jarzinska. Now the speedster Jackson Peters at first for the Nationals. He could be a steal threat here. As Skokin fires. Pitch that's in the turf for ball number 1. It's 1-0. 32 pitches for Carson Skokin. Peters at first. Johnson up to bat. Jack Polk in the hole. Jack Polk on deck with Landon Greeno in the hole. The 1-0 from Skokin. That one's high upstairs for ball 2. 2-0 the count now to center fielder Caden Johnson. A 3-1 lead for Gretna post 216. As Skokin will get set and deliver. Swung on. It could be a double play to Sullivan. The throw on over to second will be in time for out number 1 as down goes Jackson Peters at second base. So Caden Johnson reaches on a fielder's choice in his second at-bat as here comes Jack Polk. 0 for 1 today for Polk. Now looking to see what he can do here against Carson Skokin on his second at-bat. Landon Greeno on deck, and then Easton Jones in the hole. Caden Johnson at first. Wouldn't be shocked if we see him attempt to steal for the Nationals here in this at-bat as time is called as Jack Polk will step out of the batter's box. 3-1 lead for Gretna post 216. Game-tying run at home plate. The pitch. That one outside the corner for ball 1. It's 1-0 the count now. Yeah. 1-0 with 1 down. Johnson on over at first base. As Carson Skokin sets and delivers. That one lofted out to right field, but grabbed out of the reach. He falls short of it. There is Kenny Orsar. And with that, they're bringing Caden Johnson on home. Jack Polk could be going for a triple, and he will off of the error from Kenny Orsar in right field. Orsar trying to go for the diving grab, but it bounced short of him and over his head. And just like that, another run comes across, and Jack Polk has now reached on over to third with a triple. And now Landon Greeno with a chance to tie this game up right here with a hit or even a sacrifice fly. And that's the scary thing about this Nationals top of the order is you get both Polk and Johnson on, their speed will bring them home as a fastball from Carson Skokin outside. Ball number one, it's 1-0 the count now. 1-0 with Jack Polk on over at third and one out. Skokin's next pitch. Oh, it's going to get away from Jarzinska. Oh, they'll say it's going to hit, though, Landon Greeno's ankle. And with that, Jack Polk's run on home will not be awarded to him as Greeno goes to first. And now here comes Easton Jones. He collected the first Nationals hit today. Now with an opportunity to advance Jack Polk home and Landon Greeno further up the base bags. 3-2 lead for Gretna post 2:16 here in this ball game. Again, winner of this game moves on to the next round of the losers bracket, while, as we say, the loser will have their season come to an end. Carson Skokin now will get the sign and look to fire into Easton Jones as the pitch. That one fouled right back to the netting behind home plate for strike number one. 0-1 the count now as out goes Dean McIntyre to grab it. Again, Nationals have runners at the corners. Jack Polk at third. Landon Greeno at first. Skokin's up to 40 pitches in this game so far, as he'll get the sign from Jarzinska and fire his pitch. It's in there. Landon Greeno now going to run on over to second. Here's the double steal. They'll tag Landon Greeno out, but the Nationals will successfully tie this game up as Greeno goes down at second, but Jack Polk comes home for an easy steal home. And now it's an 0-2 count into Easton Jones with a tie ball game for the Nationals with nobody on. As Carson Skokin's pitch now delivered. Oh, it's going to get away from Jarzinska, and that's ball number one on a fastball. So after a quick opening 3 runs for Gretna post 2:16 in the bottom of the first, the Nationals have responded in back-to-back innings. Top of the second, 1 run and 2 runs this inning. The pitch, another fastball that's in the turf. 2-2 the count now to Easton Jones. As Skokin's pitch. Oh, another fastball that's almost in the exact same area as the last 2 down in the turf. 3-2 the count now to Easton Jones. With on deck being Dean McIntyre. He had a double in his last plate appearance. The pitch. It's, in there. Strike 3. Down goes Jones looking. And that's how this inning comes to an end. But not before 2 runs came across for the Nationals. They are tied up here with one Gretna post 2:16. 3-3. We can come back here to the Den Hartong Activities Complex. FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Exciting news! North Platte and surrounding communities, Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment has a new address. Find them at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right beside Great Plains Urgent Care. Their professional staff is fully qualified to help you meet your needs. From wheelchairs to mobility scooters, lift chairs, and more, they have everything to make your home safe and comfortable. They've got you covered. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510. Let them help you regain your independence.
Welcome back here to the Den Hartog Activities Complex for Day 2 of the American Legion States Tournament Nationals. At the moment, tied up now with Gretna post 216. 3-3 for the Nationals. 3 runs on 3 hits. They did have 1 error earlier in this ball game. And for the side of Gretna, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for their squad. Our happening breaks, as always, brought to you in part by Kevin McCann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McCann and the Fortifying Group. It's location 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Alongside our other sponsors here for today's game, Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte, invites you to stop down. Take a test drive here today. Premier Toyota, let's go places as Kenny Orsar now comes up to bat for the second time. He singled in his last plate appearance. Actually, correction, reached on a fielder's choice. Now facing off against Jack Polk for the second time. He'll swing on one and fly it still into the stadium as it bounces off the top of the netting for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now. Following Orsar, Griffin Goldman, then Calvin Jansen. Again, Orsar made that mistake in right field trying to make a diving glove for an out, but misplayed it, which brought Jack Polk all the way to third. And Caden Johnson home, he'll waft one. That will be gloved up by Caden Johnson from center field. The speedster once again able to make a big glove in center, and just like that, there's 1 down here in this inning. Griffin Goldman now, the first baseman, comes up to bat. Goldman got on with the single last time about. Let's see what he can do here for Gretna with 1 down. It's bottom of the 3rd inning. Polk now's 31st pitch. That one wafted. It will make its way down into center field for the 5th Gretna hit today. As Calvin Jansen appears for his 2nd time, the designated hitter. Hayden Parrish on deck. Ike Jarzinska in the hole. Johnson also got on with a hit last inning that loaded the bases up for Gretna. Though with 1 down and a runner at first being Griffin Goldman, what can he do here? Got a tie ball game, 3-3 as he swings on one. Out to right field, back at it goes Blaze Zeiler, and he gloves it for out number 2. A pretty easy glove for the super senior out in right. As for what could be the final time in this inning, here comes Hayden Parrish, left fielder. Still has a runner on over at first for Gretna, but 2 down already in this inning. As Jack Polk get the sign from Dean McIntyre and fire in. There for strike number 1. Now we're starting to see the efficiency of Jack Polk rear its head. 33 pitches on the day compared to the 45 of Carson Skokin. So it really separates Jack Polk from some of the best pitchers here in this state, as that one's fouled off for strike 2. He's just so efficient with what he does. It's kind of insane. There's many games where he's had sub 50 or 60 pitches in victories. And that's even before he gets pulled. He'll make it almost a complete game. 0-2 the count now. 2-1 Hayden Parrish. That's upstairs for ball 1. 1-2 the count now. 2 down, 1 runner still at first being Griffin Goldman. 5 hits today for Gretna, but we're all tied up at 3 apiece. As the 1-2 from Jack Polk is delivered. It's outside. There goes Goldman on over to second. It will not be in time, as it's a great tag from one Logan Hayes, and this inning will come to an end. The Nationals were able to thwart any pressure coming from Gretna. We'll have more when we come back here. Den Hartog Activities Complex for Day 2 State Tournament right here, FM 98.1 and 1410 of video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
With Sandhill State Bank's new upgraded cart management experience, you can now control your carts anytime, anywhere. The new features and added control allow you to prevent fraud like never before. Get increased transaction details, turn your card on and off whenever you'd like, and report your card lost in an instant, all from our mobile app. More insights, more control, and more security for your banking experience. Bank local and go far with digital banking solutions that go wherever you go. Visit sandhillstate.com to learn more. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
With summer just around the corner, Mid-Plains Community College can help you get a jump start on your college degree. Our summer courses may allow you an opportunity to transfer credits back to your institution, saving you money while helping you earn your degree faster. Visit our website at mpcc.edu to learn more about our summer offerings and begin transforming your future today. That's mpcc.edu.
Welcome back here to the Den Hartong Activities Complex as the Nationals all tied up here with one Gretna Post 216 in this lower bracket state tournament matchup. Again, our half inning breaks are brought to you in part by Kevin McCann and the Fortify Group. Check out one Kevin McCann and the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey. Suite B is McIntyre fouls one back to the backstop for strike number one. Thank you to our other sponsors here for the today's game as well. Sand Hills State Bank, most committed brand to banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, and many more. Next pitch in from Carson Skokin will find the zone for strike number two. It's 0-2 the count now. Again, little information. KZTL and KRMP, which is Z93.5 and Q Country Classics, back on the air once again. Big thank you to all of our dedicated staff of engineers, as well as my big boss, Cart and one Derek Beck, for keeping the dream alive as that one's grounded back to Skokin, and he'll fire it to first for out number one. So all your favorite country stations out in the Ogallala Sand Hills area is back up and running. So now here comes Logan Hayes. He'll be up to bat for side of the Nationals with one down here in this top of the fourth inning. Blaze Zeiler is on deck with Ty Hanneborg in the hole. Logan Hayes trying to find the same momentum he had yesterday where he had a double and a walk to his name. We'll see a pitch that's below his knees for ball number one from Carson Skokin. Skokin at 49 pitches so far in this ball game in the top of the fourth. Turned on by Logan Hayes to center field, but back at it and looking to glove it there is Bryce Lakers for out number two as he gloves it. So with two down, here comes Blaze Zeiler. What damage can he do? And he struck out swinging in his first plate appearance against Carson Skokin. Ty Hanneborg on deck with Jackson Peters in the hole for the Nationals. They're tied up 3 apiece here. As Skokin's pitch. The little chipper that's going to be gloved up by the third baseman, Brody Burnell, the throw to first. Oh, it's in time as down goes Blaze Zeiler. And with that, the inning will come to an end. A quick 1, 2, 3, top of the fourth for the Nationals. We're going to the bottom of the fourth when we come back here. FM 98.1. 1410 and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com.
Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers, powered by plant-based natural caffeine. And they come in 4 delicious flavors: pomegranate passion, mango mojo, prickly pear, and watermelon wild. Why do you keep doing that?
These refreshers are just so refreshing.
But you don't have to make that noise every time. Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. With your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gets you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting new career? Larry's Glass has been a trusted name in custom glass design for over 40 years, and they are seeking a skilled glazier to join their team. If you have a passion for precision and craftsmanship, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Install glass in commercial, residential, and auto settings. Get paid while you train for a new career. Stop into Larry's Glass at 211 West 5th Street, North Platte, and discuss how you can be part of their team and build a fulfilling career.
Welcome Welcome back here to the Den Hartong Activities Complex. Bottom of the 4th inning here for day 2 of the American Legion State Tournament. Nationals tied up with Gretna post 216. 3-3. Half inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as our other sponsors here for today's game. One, CT Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005. As that's now the second flyout from one Hayden Parrish as he's coming up back to bat following Griffin Goldman in the last inning, half inning for Gretna, getting tagged out on a steal attempt to second. If Jack Polk's 0-2. Skied up, drifting Jackson Peters in left field. He'll get up underneath it and glove it for out number 1. That's exactly what the doctor ordered when it comes to Jack Polk. 39 pitches so far compared to the 52 of Carson Skokin. As here comes Ike Jarzinska now up to bat, the catcher for today's game, with Brody Bernal on deck and Joe Sullivan in the hole for Gretna. Jarzinska, of course, got on board in his last attempt, as that's a beautiful pitch from Jack Polk at the knees. Strike number 1. 0-1 the count now to Jarzinska. Pitch. Swing and a miss from Jarzinska. Strike 2, it's 0-2 the count now. As the Nationals really starting to, and more specifically Jack Polk, get into a rhythm. 0-2. Curveball will get out of the reach of Ty Hanneborg for the 6th hit today for Gretna. And now a runner on over at first with 1 out in this bottom of the 4th inning. Following Jarzinka, it'll be Brody Bernal will now come up to bat. Bernal did get a board in his last plate appearance, but did have a little bit of some confusion on the base pad where he got tagged out kind of like midway in the midway between second and first. As Jack Polk now will look to fire into Bernal. Runner at first base being Jarzinka, and throw on over to first as Jarzinka kind of got a little bit far away from McIntyre, but no good. As he gets back in time, it's 1-0 the count now to Brody Bernal. Joe Sullivan on deck, Landon Bagley in the hole for Gretna. The 1-0 now from Polk. That one in there. Strike number 2. It's 1-1 the count now to Bernal from Jack Polk. As he gets set and ready to rock and roll with his 1-1 pitch with 1 out. He'll glance on over to Jarzinka at first and deliver. Whoa, that one behind the head, and they're going to say it hit Brody Bernal just barely in the back of the helmet. So it's 2-2 the count. So what was going to be a 2-1 is now 2 runners on for Gretna at second and first. Again, Jack Polk on short rest. Played in Tuesday night's game 2 of the Grand Island Home Federal FNBO Nationals District Championship game. As Jack Polk now looks to extinguish the fire that currently is on the base pads for Gretna at second and first for Joe Sullivan. As Polk will step off and both runners will get back to second and first. Ike Jarzinka at second with Brody Bernal at first. The pitch. Sullivan looked to lay a bunt down, but it's outside for ball 1. With 1 out, not shocked they want to try to bunt the speedster on over to first and advance both runners. 1-0 the count as Jack Polk will look to fire in his 47th pitch. Here it comes. Tight inside, ball 2. Again, with the short rest Jack Polk has, be interesting to see how that's going to affect him going forward as, again, his college coach, Southeast Community College here, right behind Coach Ricky Holm in the dugout. 2-0 now as Jack Polk delivers. That one hard hit on over to Easton Jones at third. He'll step on the third base bag, but not go on over to first. So Ike Jarzinka gets out at second following the tag out, and with that, Here comes up to bat Landon Bagley. With 2 down here in this inning, runners at first and second. It's Joe Sullivan at first with Brody Burnell at second. So there is some more speed on the bag for Gretna, but Jack Polk trying to get out of this inning without giving a run up. Still tied 3-3 in this ball game. He'll take a long glance at second and deliver. At the knees and in for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now. 0-1 now with 2 down. As Jack Polk once again gets his collected sign from Dean McIntyre, and with 2 down, Fowl will now look to pick off the runner at second, Bernal, but he gets back in time. Still 0-1. 0-1, 2 down here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Tied up 3-3. As Jack Polk, again, long glance at second with his 50th pitch. Here it comes. Turned on to center field. Caden Johnson going to get up underneath it, get there, glove it, and that's how this inning comes to an end. There were some runners in scoring position for the side of Gretna, but Jack Polk gets out of the inning unscathed. We now are going to the top of the 5th. Nationals tied up with Gretna 3-3 when we come back here. FM 98.1 and 1410 and video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair DinoPay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
Welcome back here to the Den Hartong Activities Complex for day number 2 of the American Legion State Baseball Tournament. Nationals tied up with Gretna 3-3. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Gretna. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the side of the FNBO Nationals as Ty Handeborg will lead off this inning for FNBO. Half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Pea. First pitch from Carson Skokin. It's down low below the knees for ball 1. Also thank you to our sponsor here for today's game, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. You'll find out more on 1510 East 4th Street. As that one, another one from Skokin, down low for ball number 2. Oh, they're actually going to say it's a 1-1 count. Pitch. Make that. See what the home plate umpire says. It could be, in my eyes, a ball 3. But we're going to say 2-1 the count. Next pitch. In there. Strike number 2. It's 2-2 now to Ty Hanneborg. Jackson Peters on deck with Caden Johnson in the hole. The 2-2. It's down low, ball 4, so it was correct. It's on over to first goes Ty Hanneborg for a walk to lead off this top of the 5th inning to get the game-leading run at first. As here comes Jackson Peters. He walked in his last plate appearance. Should have been a hit by pitch, but got just unlucky in the call. And now he did walk, and now the infield potentially playing for a bunt. Brody Burnell on the grass for one Gretna. As speedster Ty Hanneborg at first. As Peters lays out a nice bunt, Skokel's able to glove it. Throw to first, will just barely be in time as Jackson Peters laid down a pretty nice bunt. Skokel took a little bit longer than he probably wanted to collect the baseball, but still, Jackson Peters gets out at first base, and with that, there's 1 down in this inning. But there's a runner in scoring position at second, being Ty Hanneborg with Caden Johnson up to bat. Johnson got aboard in his last plate appearance. He reached on a fielder's choice. Now has the game leading run at second base being Ty Hanneborg. He'll see a pitch in the zone. Strike number 1 from Carson Skokin. So 0-1 now. As Skokin gets ready to deliver his now 59th pitch in this ball game. Both pitchers being pretty effective as we're in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch turned on, a little looper up into the sky, but getting up underneath it, left fielder Hayden Parrish, and he gloves it for out number 2. Here comes Jack Polk now with a prime opportunity to continue this inning, but more importantly, keep a runner alive. Again, Polk tripled in his first plate appearance against Carson Skokin, as Orsar out in right field misplayed a ball. Now can Jack Polk do it again, and this time bring the game leading run home from second? As Skokin gets set and gets the sign from Jarzinka. There goes Ty Hanneborg. Throw on over to third. He's going to be in plenty of time. And they're going to say he's out. As there goes Ty Hanneborg, and that's how this inning comes to an end. The Nationals had an opportunity, but were unable to convert. And with that, we're going to the bottom of the 5th. We are still tied 3-3. We come back here to Den Hartong Activities Complex, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season. With North Platte and Nebraska weather, things change quickly and can make our lives a little more difficult. Thank goodness for the DNN. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information for all sports seasons. For over 30 years in our community, for your next event, the DNN Event Center.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Welcome back here to Den Hartong Activities Complex, Day 2 of the American Legion State Baseball Tournament, the losers bracket. The FNBO Nationals, who are 32-19, taking on the 8-3 runner-up representation of Gretna. Gretna Post 216, they're 29-10. I'm Baxton Gordon. Of course, you can listen to all of our sports content here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com. As up to bat now should be Bryce Lakers, if I remember correctly, here for the side of Gretna. Lakers got out in his last plate appearance, did single in his first as Jack Polk fires a curveball into the dirt. Ball number 1, 1-0 the count now. Lakers, then Kenny Orsar, and then Griffin Goldman in the hole. There's been some opportunities for Gretna this game to break this tie, but the stout Nationals defense has kept them in it as that one's lofted into left field for a single from one Bryce Lakers. Their 7th hit today Gretna has come across, and this is where things got a little out of hand, or how it started to get a little out of hand in the bottom of the first inning. For the Nationals, defense is just a couple little dinks into the outfield, got the bases loaded. 3 runs did come across, but after that point, it's been pretty quiet for Gretna Post 216. Nationals in the 2nd and 3rd inning were able to tie the ball game up, and from that point on, we've been tied since as Orsar lays down a beautiful bunt. Easton Jones gloves it, throws it to first. What a beautiful throw from Easton Jones. And there's one out here in this bottom of the 5th as Orsar sacrifice bunted Bryce Lakers on over to second base. And now here comes Griffin Goldman. He got a single in his last plate appearance for Gretna. Has a runner in scoring position, the speedster Lakers at second. So this, again, we are all tied up 3 apiece here in this lower bracket matchup Winner moves on to the next lower bracket game tomorrow, while the loser has their season come to an end. That one gets into right field. Bryce Lakers is turning on over to home. He will score the 8th hit today for Gretna. Results in a run to come across. It's now 4-3 in favor of Gretna post 216 following the single into right field from Griffin Goldman, and here comes Calvin Jansen now up to bat. Designated hitter, 1 for 2 today as Goldman at first, following Jansen, Hayden Parrish, and Ike Jarzinka. Pitch from Polk. That's low for ball number 1. Polk now up to 54 pitches. Coach hoping he can go the full distance in today's game, with the Nationals using 4 pitchers yesterday. Goldman at first. Jack Polk gets ready and delivers. That one swung on by Jansen, but foul down the third base line for strike number 1. It's a 1-1 the count now, so the Nationals trail for the second time here today following the RBI single from Griffin Goldman. 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors for Gretna. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the Nationals. It's another curveball will sink too far into the turf for ball 2. Good save from McIntyre as it almost flew away from him. 2-1 the count with 1 out here in this bottom of the 5th inning. As Jack Polk gets set and fires his 2-1 pitch. That one foul tipped off by Jansen for strike 2. 2-2 the count now. Very crucial game between these two. With the season on the line, Jack Polk, the ace for the Nationals, gets the nod today on short rest. Again, started on Tuesday's game, threw upwards of 80 pitches in the loss to Grand Island as that one bounced into right field for a base hit. Goldman will stay at second. That one just chipped past Landon Carino as well as Ty Hanneborg, and that's the 9th hit today for Gretna. Still a 4-3 lead for post 216. Again, they are the A3 runner-up in their A3 district. Nationals, the runner-up in the A7. As here comes Hayden Parrish now with a really good opportunity at his plate. No pun intended. With runners at second and first. Fastball from Jack Polk just outside. Looked like it was a pretty good spot he put it, but just a smidge off the mark. It's 1-0 the count now. Following Parrish, Ike Jarzinka, then Brody Bernal. Pitch. Skied into left field. Back at it goes Jackson Peters. Drifting to the left, and he'll glove it for out number 2. Big glove from Jackson Peters, the young man at left field. Again, his first seniors state appearance. And then just a couple days ago was his first seniors district appearance. So a little trial by fire to the young Peters. As here comes Ike Jarzinka, catcher for Gretna. Up to bat, single in his last plate appearance. Has runners at first and second. For Gretna post 216, though, 2 down in this bottom of the 5th. Polk's pitch. It's low on a fastball for ball 1, 1-0. 62nd pitch just put in by Jack Polk today. Still nobody warming up in either bullpen. Polk will get the sign from McIntyre he likes. Glance at second, and now deliver his 1-0 pitch. Right down the middle. Oh my good heavens. For ball 2. 2-0 the count to Ike Jarzinka. With runners at first and second for Gretna. 2-0. Now turns into a 3-0. As that one low and away, we could see the bases loaded, and if that happens, probably out goes Coach Holm to have a talk with his pitcher. But 3-0 the count now to Ike Jarzinka. As Jack Polk with a deep breath, and now his 65th pitch on the way. Right there, strike number 1. It's 3-1 the count now. Still 2 down here in this bottom of the 5th. Gretna looking to continue to pour some more runs in. 1 has already come across this inning. 4-3 lead for them. Jack Polk's pitch. That's high, ball 4, and out comes Coach Holm, and the bases are now loaded for Brody Bernal as time will be called, and out comes Coach Ricky Holm to have a talk with his senior pitcher. Big day again for Jack Polk. Not only does he get his first state start, but also on short rest, but also gets to play in front of his coach at Southeast Community College, who's here today to see him, as well as a lot of different coaches I've seen over the weekend. Wayne State was here alongside Wichita State from Kansas, and then Iowa Western, of course, a team that if you are a follower of the JUCO World Series like I have been back in my home city of Grand Junction, Colorado, Iowa Western, a program that has been very, very prominent in that tournament, has come today and not only seen a lot of the Nationals players that they like, but also around the state of Nebraska. And it's always good to see Nebraska players get picked up, not only by professional or higher D1 schools, as we saw a lot of Creighton prep players out that are committed to D1, but also some community colleges that are really, really strong. Of course, Jack Polk going to one of them, and of course, we all know Carter Kelly last year going to Johnson County. Is that one? Beautiful curve from Jack Polk in there, strike number 1. Saw Carter yesterday with his family. It was good to see Carter Kelly again making a stop here in Nebraska. I think he is still around here for day number 2. That's Jack Polk with his 0-1 with the bases loaded to Brody Bernal. Skied into center field. Easy glove for Caden Johnson as he gets there. And that's how this inning comes to an end. Yes, 1 run did come across for the side of Gretna, but we go now to the top of the 6th inning. The Nationals looking to bounce back and score right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us, Premier Toyota, for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Well, back here, top of the 6th inning, Nationals are trailing 1. Gretna Post 216, 4-3, 4 runs on 9 hits. No errors for Gretna. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the FNBO Nationals. Our half-inning breaks, of course, as always, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Last, only the Nationals offense, 6 outs remaining on their side of things before this game comes to an end. So really, Nationals looking to get something going here this inning as first pitch from Carson Skokin is too high for ball number 1. Another one that's in the turf for ball 2. Again, only a 1-run lead for Gretna. Jack Polk had a big triple in his first plate appearance against Skokin. Will turn on one into center field to lead this inning off for the Nationals with a hit. And just like that, 4th hit today, one of the fastest members on the team on over at first, and here comes the ever-dangerous Landon Greeno. He got aboard on a hit as well this game. Easton Jones on deck. Dean McIntyre in the hole. The scary part of the Nationals order really up to bat here, so a big test for Carson Skokin. If he can hold it together as he is reaching up in the pitches, 64 today. He'll see one that's just tight inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count now from Skokin into Landon Greeno.
Come on, Greeno.
As here comes Carson Skokin's 67th pitch into Greeno, a 1-0 count with Jack Polk at first. Turns on one, it gets into right field. With that, another runner gets aboard for the Nationals. Here we go. They're starting to heat up, the Nationals are, with runners at second and first for Easton Jones. He singled in his first plate appearance. Now is the time for Jones to get rolling. We do have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for Gretna, as they now are in a scary position of giving up this lead that they got last inning with Jack Polk at second and Landon Greeno at first. As Carson Skokin, with nobody out, has 2 runners aboard. First curveball in from Skokin. This pitch there for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now. Dean McIntyre on deck with Logan Hayes in the hole for the Nationals. As here comes Skokin's 0-1 pitch as he shakes it off from Jarzinka. And here comes the pitch. It's in there at the knee, strike 2 to Easton Jones. Thought that one might be a little too low, but didn't go his way. It's 0-2 the count now to Easton Jones, the third baseman from Carson Skokin. As he'll get the sign from Jarzinka. And get ready. Here we go. Jones dialed in. The 0-2. Throw on over to third. That's going to get Jack Polk out in plenty of time. And there's one out here. A beautiful throw from Ike Jarzinka. And there's one out here in this top of the 6th inning. A 1-2 count to Easton Jones as Landon Greeno on over at first, and there goes that potential scoring threat at second base. Greeno at first, one out here in this top of the 6th inning. As Skokin takes a deep breath, is 1-2. Rocketed foul off of the leg of Andrew Brocious for still strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count. As the Nationals trying to work back into this game after they've been trailing basically most of it. They tied it up at the top of the 3rd, and now what can they do with the runner at first being Landon Greeno? Swing and a miss. Down goes Easton Jones, but Greeno gets back in time at first. So there's 2 outs here in this inning as here comes Dean McIntyre. He had a big double in his first plate appearance that brought Easton Jones to first base. Can he do it once again with Landon Greeno at first base against one Carson Skokin? As Skokin delivers to McIntyre as he swings and misses for strike number 1. After McIntyre, Logan Hayes, then Blaze Zeiler and Ty Hanneborg. The 0-1 from Carson Skokin into Dean McIntyre, the catcher, is on its way. And right down the middle for strike 2. It's 0-2 the count now to McIntyre. 74th pitch from Carson Skokin, getting ready to be delivered in. 2 down in this top of the 6th. As Skokin sets and fires. That one fouled off by McIntyre for a still 0-2 count. Again, there was somebody warming up in the bullpen for Gretna. They seem to be done down there now, or still going. I think from what I heard, Calvin Jansen's warming up. As Skokin's 0-2 pitch once again. He'll take a couple glances to Greeno at first. As here comes the pitch. Pulls away Jarzinka for ball 1. 1-2 the count now. 1-2 with 2 outs here. Greeno on over at first. As the pitch on its way. Check swing once again will pull away from Jarzinka for ball 2. Skokin now at 2-2 count. As pitching looks to be done from the side of Gretna in the warm-up pin. It will be Calvin Jansen, the designated hitter. 2-2 from Carson Skokin into Dean McIntyre. Oh, it's there, strike 3. And that's how this inning comes to an end. The Nationals had a scoring threat but couldn't get anything going. We're going out of the bottom of the 6th inning. A 4-3 lead for Gretna. We come back here to the then Hard Tie Activities Complex. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
Bill Summers knows summer storms and hail can wreak havoc on your vehicle. Experience damage? Don't wait. Bill Summers is ready to assist you with all your questions about gap insurance, what to do next, and can guide you through the process if your car is totaled. You don't always have to wait for your insurance check to get back on the road. Bill Summers offers immediate purchase options so you can drive away today and enjoy the ride. Weather the storm with confidence. Call or visit Bill Summers in North Platte today or go online 24/7 at billsummers.com.
Welcome back here to 1 Den Hartong Activities Complex. Nationals trailing Gretna post 216 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Half inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His location, 621 South Dewey Suite B, right on the one-ways. As well as our other sponsor, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. You'll find out more, 1510 East 4th Street for other daily specials, wings, and more. Got a good couple of friends, and my roommate, Cannon Rath, will be going down to, looks like, Dave's Place here tonight. But for me, I would love to still be here in Lincoln tonight as the Nationals can complete this comeback. They are 6 outs away from the game being over as Gretna leads 4-3. Jack Polk on the mound for what could be his final half inning, potentially. Now that the Nationals can continue to get into this game, they'll be facing off against the leadoff batter of this inning. I think Joe Sullivan is big swing and a miss by Sullivan for strike one. It is one Joe Sullivan. 0-1 the count. Following Sullivan, going to be Landon Bagley, then Bryce Lakers. As the 1-0 from, on over. Gloved up by Easton Jones. Quick throw to first in time. And there's first out of this bottom of the 6th. Now up to bat comes one Landon Bagley. So who was warming up in the bullpen for Gretna? That will be, of course, Calvin Jansen, the designated hitter, was warming up for Gretna post 216 in the last half inning. So here comes Landon Bagley, the second baseman for Gretna, up against Jack Polk. Curveball in there, strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now with 1 out in this bottom of the 6th. Only a 1-run lead for side of Gretna here, 4-3. Ooh, that curveball a little off the mark as it almost hits the face of Bagley as he has to take evasive action. As the next pitch coming in from Jack Polk on his 1-1. Pulled away down in the turf for ball 2. It's 2-1 the count now with 1 out. Jack Polk trying to get out of this inning without giving up another run and give the Nationals a chance to come back and win the ball game. 2-1. Oh my good heavens, it's right there, but called for ball 3. 3-1 the count now. 3-1 to Bagley as Jack Polk's pitch. That one grounded on over to Logan Hayes. Gloves it, throws it on over to first with the cannon, and it's in time. So 2 down now in this bottom of the 6th. Here comes one, Bryce Lakers. He singled in his last plate appearance. 2 for 3 today, and later came around on a big hit from the first baseman, one Griffin Goldman, but Jack Polk wanted to get out of this inning for the side of the Nationals. The pitch, it's there. Strike number 1 at the knees. 0-1 now to Bryce Lakers. The 0-1. Beautiful curveball there, strike 2. It really froze up Lakers as he thought about it as being a fastball, but had to almost double clutch it. 0-2 the count with 2 down. Jack Polk looks for a strikeout. Here it comes. Fastball. Oh, it's in the turf. Ball 1 as Lakers didn't swing. 1-2 the count now. As Jack Polk gets ready to rock and roll. His 1-2 pitch into Bryce Lakers. Here it comes. Skied up, but pulled right behind the press box for strike 2. Still at strike 2. Some big clouds moving their way in here today. Didn't look like it was going to rain, or at least maybe sprinkle for just a little bit today. Potentially as the 1-2 swung on and missed by Lakers. We're going now to the top of the 7th inning. Last half inning of play potentially in this ball game when we come back here for the Nationals. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Where do you go for wings?
Dave's Place.
Where do you go for pizza?
Dave's Place.
What about cold drinks, a family atmosphere, and nightly specials?
Dave's Place.
Sounds like a sweep for Dave's Place. Pizza made from fresh dough, drink deals, and yes, the best pizza and wings.
It's Dave's Place.
Dave's Place on East 4th Street or at davesplacenp.com.
Order it, carry out, DoorDash. Dave's Place. Whoop, whoop.
With summer just around the corner, Mid-Plains Community College can help you get a jump start on your college degree. Our summer courses may allow you an opportunity to transfer credits back to your institution, saving you money while helping you earn your degree faster. Visit our website at mpcc.edu to learn more about our summer offerings and begin transforming your future today. That's mpcc.edu.
With Sandhill State Bank's new upgraded cart management experience, you can now control your carts anytime, anywhere. The new features and added control allow you to prevent fraud like never before. Get increased transaction details, turn your card on and off whenever you'd like, and report your card lost in an instant, all from our mobile app. More insights, more control, and more security for your banking experience. Bank local and go far with digital banking solutions that go wherever you go. Visit sandhillstate.com to learn more. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back here to the Den Hartong Activities Complex. The biggest inning of the Nationals season is right here as Logan Hayes is up to bat against Carson Skokin in the top of the 7th. Last half inning of play for the Nationals potentially this season. First pitch into Logan Hayes. Down low, ball number 1. That'll make it 1-2 the count. 1-2 the count to Logan Hayes. Now for the Nationals. Again, they are trailing by 1, 4-3. As Skokin's pitch turned on by Hayes, but it's going to the parking lot. Still stay at 1-2. As a 4-3 lead for Gretna. 4 runs on 9 hits. No errors for Gretna post 216. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Nationals. As Skokin waiting for the sign from Jarzinka and now fires. Swing and a miss for Logan Hayes, and there's out number 1 in this top of the 7th inning. So here comes Blaze Zeiler. Zeiler has been a little bit of a guardian angel for the Nationals in this district run. Had some big hits to give them the lead. Now would be a time for him to do so. We've seen not even this district, but last district against Grand Island Home Federal walked off Home Federal in a home run to left field. We'll see a fastball from Skokin inside for ball 1. Zeiler been kind of quiet today, but now would be the time for him to show up. Fastball, down low, ball 2. Calvin Jansen was warming up for Gretna just in case Skokin can't go the whole way. As that's ball 3 from Carson Skokin. You don't want to walk the speedy batter Blaze Zeiler. As Skokin delivers 3-0. Down the middle there, strike 1, 3-1 now. 86 pitches for Skokin today. Here comes. It's down low, ball 4, and the game-tying run gets on it first for the Nationals as here comes Ty Hannibal with 1 out. Up to bat again. Jansen was warming up for Gretna. Will they keep with Skokin? Or can the Nationals convert on a tiring pitcher out there? And now time's going to be called. As I bet you they're just going to have a word with Carson Skokin with Zeiler at first. Nationals so far today have been really unsuccessful at stealing bases. Have been caught out multiple times by catcher Ike Jarzinka. So I wouldn't be shocked if maybe the Nationals kind of just hold pat right now. But that's not the Coach Holmes special or the Coach Holmes way. It will be interesting to see what he does. Again, this season on the line right here in this top of the 7th. 1 out. Game-tying run being Blaze Zeiler at first base. Hanneborg up to bat. Just trying to find his first hit today. Jackson Peters on deck for the Nationals with Caden Johnson in the hole. Zeiler at first. So Carson Skokin got a talking to from the coaching staff down at Gretna. What can they do? Pitch in, as that's their strike number 1 to Ty Hanneborg. 0-1 the count now. Biggest bat of probably Ty Hanneborg's career right up now. Making his first state appearance. The 0-1, it's down in the turf, but not far enough to move Blaze Zeiler from first base. 1-1 with 1 out. Carson Skokin now going to go for his 90th pitch right here. The runner at first being Blaze Zeiler. Here comes that 1-1 pitch. That one into center field, back at it, going Lakers. He keeps going, and he gloves it for out number 2. And here comes the final out of the season, potentially for the Nationals here. As it's Jackson Peters. Of course, the young man who's been thrown into the fire here at both districts and state. In his probably biggest opportunity yet. A lot of pressure on him, which is kind of unfair, you know, in terms of the sense that he's still so young and this is his first state appearance. And fortunately, the baseball gods have their wicked ways as he's up to bat. You'll see a fastball outside from Carson Skokin for ball number 1. Caden Johnson on deck again. Game-tying run at first base being Blaze Zeiler. Skokin, the 1-0 count will now fire to Jarzinka. It's down low, ball 2. Good patience from the young Peters, not swinging on it down in the turf. He's had a good season so far in the Juniors League, batting above 800, Jackson Peters is. 2-0 the count now as Skokin steps off. Final out for this Nationals offense, potentially this season on the line. 2-0 pitch. It's there, strike number 1 to Jackson Peters. 2-1 again. Peters had a big double and a single in the district game against Hastings in his first start. Has Zeiler on over at first for the Nationals. The pitch, turned on, going to right field. Underneath it, going to get Kenny Orsar, but a fall foul. He actually could have maybe tried to make a glove for it to end the game, but decided to let it fall foul, and there's strike number 2 to Jackson Peters. So here we go. Last strike potentially to give for the Nationals this season. It's Jackson Peters up to bat. Let's see if he can get some good contact on it. He's been getting better and better every single day he's been at the plate. Glance at first from Skokin to Zeiler. The pitch. High, ball 3. 3-2 the count now to Jackson Peters. Got to be patient, Jackson. Big pitch here. 3-2 the count now. As Carson Skokin delivers. That one grounded back to Skokin. Throw on over to first in time. And the season comes to an end for the Nationals. 1 run shy of making it to the next round. As it's a 4-3 ball game, and the FNBO Nationals have their season come to an end as Gretna post 216 advances to the next round of the next game. Tough loss for the Nationals. After a good start to this game, they fall just 1 run shy of continuing the momentum. And with that, the season over for the Nationals. 32-20 on the year for FNBO. And they fall here in day 2 of the state tournament. 0-2 fell to Creighton Prep, 16-5 in the first day, and then just fall a little short here, 4-3 in the second day. We're going to step aside, and we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, quick stop post-game show right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com.
He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Exciting news! North Platte and surrounding communities, Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment has a new address. Find them at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right beside Great Plains Urgent Care. Their professional staff is fully qualified to help you meet your needs. From wheelchairs to mobility scooters, lift chairs, and more, they have everything to make your home safe and comfortable. They've got you covered. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510. Let them help you regain your independence.
Free PC and Mac checkups at CT Computer Services in North Platte? That's right. Let CT Computer Services diagnose your systems to ensure your hardware integrity, security, and overall PC Mac health are running as they should. For a free PC Mac checkup, stop in at 905 South Willow in North Platte or call 308-534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys since 2005.
Nicole is having her favorite Runza salad.
The something ranch salad.
It's the chicken bacon ranch salad.
Buddy, you can put whatever else you want around it. I'm here for the ranch.
I'm with you. Runza's homemade ranch is perfect. It's so good. A classic.
It's literally the only reason I like salad.
Great point. Come get a salad with your ranch. Try Runza's chicken bacon ranch salad today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting new career? Larry's Glass has been a trusted name in custom glass design for over 40 years, and they are seeking a skilled glazier to join their team. If you have a passion for precision and craftsmanship, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Install glass in commercial, residential, and auto settings. Get paid while you train for a new career. Stop into Larry's Glass at 211 West 5th Street, North Platte, and discuss how you can be part of their team and build a fulfilling career.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Welcome back here to the side of Den Hartong Activities Complex. Nationals fall in this final game of the season here to Gretna Post 216, 4-3. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Gretna compared to the 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the Nationals. As Jack Polk pitched the final game here today, again on short rest. And he had a Herculean task after pitching 80-plus pitches on Tuesday against Grand Island Home Federal. Unfortunately, he comes up just a couple of outs shy of making it to the next round in his state appearance. 30 today for Jack Polk, giving up 4 runs again on 9 hits. So all those 9 hits were singles on the side of Gretna. With that, they move on to the next round tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The Nationals has their season come to an end, and they unfortunately will not be making it to the next round of the state tournament and have their season for all the seniors come to an end. I mean, what a tough way to lose. I mean, they were able to bounce back after giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the first, in the top of the second to tie it all up. It was a pitching masterclass from Carson Skokin and Jack Polk the rest of the way until Gretna was able to capitalize on just one bad pitch then. Got into the outfield from the side of Griffin Goldman and brought Bryce Lakers home, and that's how that game-winning run came across in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Nationals tried to tie it up. They were oh so close, had one runner, Jack Polk, in at second trying to steal on over to third, but unfortunately Ike Jarzinka makes a beautiful throw from home to third and gets Jack Polk out, and that scoring threat ends a potential last opportunity for the Nationals. And then they come up here a bit shy in the last inning, and they fall to Gretna 4-3. It's been a great season, though, overall. I know we can sit here in the moment, and we can all be kind of sad that this is how it's going to end for the Nationals. But overall, this has probably been one of, if not their best seasons. 32-20 to end it officially is quite something to be proud of. And I think in hindsight, after everybody goes through this time now to sit and think about this final game, this state tournament, they will come away with it being pretty positive as a whole, as the Nationals, again, even though they went 0-2, 32-20 is not a bad record mark, if you ask me or ask anyone. But we'll have take a step aside here. Quick Stop post-game show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. Coach Holm will be making his way up here after he's done talking with the team for the final time. We get to say goodbye to some of the seniors, Jack Polk alongside Ty Robinson and Blaze Zeiler for the final time. But Nationals fall 4-3 here in this state tournament day 2 game. And when we come back, we'll have Coach Holm here up to talk with us. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com.
Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. With your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gives you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blend. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season. With North Platte and Nebraska weather, things change quickly and can make our lives a little more difficult. Thank goodness for the DNN. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information for all sports seasons. For over 30 years in our community, for your next event, the DNN Event Center.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting new career? Larry's Glass has been a trusted name in custom glass design for over 40 years, and they are seeking a skilled glazier to join their team. If you have a passion for precision and craftsmanship, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Install glass in commercial, residential, and auto settings. Get paid while you train for a new career. Stop into Larry's Glass at 211 West 5th Street, North Platte, and discuss how you can be part of their team and build a fulfilling career.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals
Nationals, who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us, Premier Toyota, for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
The game's in the books. Time for the Postgame Show on FM 98.1 and online at NorthPlattePost.com.
Welcome back here to the Den Hartong Activities Complex. Nationals fall 4-3 to the side of Gretna Post 216 in the elimination game of the state tournament for American Legion. Coach still having a lengthy discussion with the team. Don't blame him. A very emotional way to lose, as the Nationals were just so close to finding a way back into this game and potentially moving on in the state tournament, but just fall 2 runs short of that goal as they, of course, fall 4-3 here to Gretna. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Gretna Post 216. 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the Nationals. And let's jump, as we have this time here, into our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. And of course, it's tough because, you always got to choose one of them. And who do you go with on a team that's had so many bright spots here in this last month? And I'm just going to say, to all heck with it, it's going to go to the entire team alongside Coach Holm for putting on not only a fantastic season, but really putting together a team that at one point was really struggling. They were 14-15 at the CWS tournament, or even one point in the year they were 14-15, and they rattle off 12 straight victories, and then in totality 17 out of 18 to not only make their way into one of the upper seeds for the district tournament a couple of days ago, but in a tough division where they had to go through the gauntlet of taking down Kearney on day 1, getting rained out on Saturday, then taking on one Hastings and Grand Island, 2 teams that have had the Nationals number all season, to sweep them in those 2 games to make it into the upper bracket of the district, to then qualify here for state, and then making it for the second time in Coach Holm's career. It's a huge congratulations and a huge success overall, even though I know it's still going to sting to have to know that they went 0-2 here at state. But you still have to look at all the positives, and the positives this season was just an overall great year from the Nationals. As making his way up does come Coach Holm as he gets ready to rock and roll here for the final time, as makes his way in here for the final time to have a word with me. Coach Ricky Holman joins us. Coach, probably not the way that you were hoping the season to come to an end, but really, as we talked yesterday, a much better game here today, and the team really left it all on the line out there on the field.
Yeah, it sucks. After the first inning, give up 3 in the first, and then kind of hold them in check. They kind of manufactured that run in the 5th inning. Thought we found our footing defensively, and Jack pitching. Just left a couple out there on the field. 1 base running mistake on me, 1 base running mistake on a player, so kind of hurt ourselves on the bases there, but all in all, just from, trying to tell the guys here, the 2 worst times as a coach is when you got to make cuts in that end of year meeting, after the season ends. But understanding that a month and a half, 2 months ago, we were under 500, and to rip off whatever it was, 18 out of 19, 14 wins in a row. This is the most fun I've had as a coach since I've been here, because as a coach, it's all about growth and seeing the growth from individual players, and from where we were at the beginning of the year to where we ended. Couldn't be more happier, the guys, and trying to tell them, obviously it's going to sting, and you're going to remember this, and didn't get as far as we would have liked to have gotten, but also to kind of sit back and not take it for granted. Okay? I mean, we've only been here twice in my 4 years, and who, would like to think that with only 3 guys, losing 3 guys, but also 3 huge guys of the team. But, we have some aspirations that are going to be similar to this year, and just kind of soaking it in and living in the moment and kind of remembering what this feeling feels like. And I kind of told the guys that maybe didn't get the playing time they wanted or the season didn't go the way they wanted. There's 2 ways that you can handle it. You can either, complain about it and roll over and die, or you can get in the lab and do something about it, okay? My job as a coach is to put the 9 best guys out there that give us a chance to win. Their job as a player is to make sure that I can't get them out of the lineup, okay? So just looking forward to the offseason here and the work that we're going to put in, but also, too, just want to take a moment to thank Ty Robinson, Blaze Eiler, and Jack Polk. I mean, Blaze and Ty didn't need to come back. Jack has been our ace for 3 years, pitched every big game that we've had. So those 3 guys are going to be, big missing pieces for us to fill, but also understanding that, we're excited for the opportunity next year.
And you brought up a good point early on. There was not even thoughts of potentially even a state appearance, when you first got through the CWS tournament, because it was really about how can we stop the bleeding going on. At one point you had lost 8 in a row, which is the longest losing streak of your tenured coaching career here at North Platte. So you were on the mind of how in God's green earth are we going to be able to plug all these holes and stop the bleeding that's going on. But after that big talk you guys had after that losing streak, it really started to click for this team, and they really started, I think, to come together. And I think that was really what the huge difference was than the beginning of the season, because it felt like it was a congruent of really good talent, but they weren't really working in together as a team, as a cohesive unit. And once that was started to start making its way, leaders starting to step up and start directing traffic and getting everybody included and everybody excited. Team ripped off its probably largest winning streak of your career, as also the hottest team in the state of Nebraska heading into districts.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where kind of at the beginning of that CWS tournament, we were right there with a bunch of quality opponents, and obviously a bunch of those games didn't go our way. And it's one thing for the coach to say that we could be this or we could be that, because at the beginning of the year I've told them, I've been here long enough, I know the league well enough that we had the right mix of talent and where the league was at for us to be able to go to state. And just because I'm saying it doesn't mean they're always going to believe it. And I think kind of, with that close loss to Prep and then kind of getting robbed versus Harrisburg and kind of seeing that those teams are, high-quality opponents that don't do a bunch of losing, they started believing it themselves, And once they started believing it themselves, I mean, it didn't matter if we were down 9 after 3, down 5 going into the last inning. I mean, we were confident that if we just kept putting one foot in front of the other and played our game, that sooner or later that we would come out on top. All in all, I mean, not the way we wanted it to end, but like I said, this is the most fun I've had as a coach since I've been here, just because of the growth that I had seen. You think about like Ty Hanneborg and Landon Greeno hitting 130 and 150 20 games into the season, and now we end the year and Ty's over 300, and Greeno is going to be the first 400 hitter I've had since I've been here. And we've had, Jalen Ruffin got close, a college baseball player. Carter Johnson, college baseball player, got close. Or Carter Kelly, I should say, not Carter Johnson. Mixed him and Carson Johnson.
I was about to say, you've about mixed them together.
But so, I mean, there's been some quality hitters that have came through here that I've been here, and for Greeno to be the first guy to hit 400, also broke the single season hit by pitch record.
Yep.
Jack's going to be sprinkled in and out. And kind of looking, and I'll have to do a little bit more. It's not like I was looking specifically for this, but I think there's an argument to be made that Jack's the best two-way player that's ever came through North Platte. Just as far as the records that he's going to hold as both a hitter, a pitcher, and a base runner, I don't think there's anybody that's ever been both that highly successful on both ends of the field. So, yeah, going to be some huge losses. Can't be more thankful enough for those 3 guys laying their bodies on the line for us, and really just kind of excited to get to work and get back here next year.
So you'll love to hear. Before we jump on to those young guys, I know you talked about the big of a loss, but we of course know the on-field product when they disappear is going to, of course, be a little different. But take me through off the field how much of a difference it's going to be without them, because Jack might not look like the most vocal guy out there, but he was somebody who was part of that key group that really helped turn this team around. And then somebody who has been vocal, both Ty Robb and Blaze Eiler have been some of the loudest members in the dughouse or in the clubhouse, as well as even making their way up to bat, helping guys like Logan Hayes or Jackson Peters as they're making their first state and district appearance. But how much of a loss will it be in that dugout when they're gone?
Yeah, it's going to be big time. I mean, I was telling how I'm going to remember the guys is Tyrod being just the consummate teammate and just getting people up in the dugout and making sure people are locked in. Blaze just being a soldier, and it seemed like he was always hurt no matter what, but somehow found his way on the field and helped the team win.
Still makes some big hits even in those times.
And Jack just Mr. Consistent. I mean, he's been the ace of our staff for 3 years. So, I mean, obviously they're gonna be some big shoes to fill. But also too, I mean, we got a young team. I mean, we started 2 freshmen in this game. Dean's a sophomore, Hannaborg's a sophomore. So, and then Jones and Joni and those guys are going to be seniors. So, even though we're losing some big pieces both on in the field and off the field, some of these young bucks have been around the block and have seen, been in the big games and the big situations. So just kind of looking forward to seeing them step up and take that next role. I mean, it's kind of depending on the team, certain guys may need to do certain things, and we had enough guys where, I mean, there's different forms of leadership. Jack Polk is kind of that quiet confidence that people feed off of and just that steady hand. And then Ty Robb's the more, get in your face and loud. So there's different ways to lead, and just kind of excited. I mean, that's what I try to tell these young guys. I mean, Peter's there making the last out, and it sucks for him. It's one of those things. He's like, man, the coach is giving me a chance. Swing player came up here trying to help the guys out, and I make the last out. How are they ever going to forgive me? Here's the deal, dude. He's a freshman. He's only going to get better.
Throwing it to the fire, really.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, you try to get these guys' feet wet as soon as you can, so then when you're relying on them to win, that those nerves do go down. So even though we're going to be, we'll be an older group next year, but it's going to be a bunch of guys that have been around the block and are knowing what to do. So just kind of excited. I mean, we got some guys, getting some college looks and are getting some invites to some showcases. So we'll probably still be working here for the next couple weeks until those are done, and then take a month or 2 off and then get right back into it.
Get right back into it. And, of course, you being the now head coach of the North Platte Bulldogs, a lot of these guys you'll keep continuing and seeing, but how big is it knowing that in the area there's going to be plenty of opportunities baseball-wise to get everybody continue to get their craft worked on without having to worry that maybe certain parts of the season there'll be a little bit too much of a lag, so you have to see the first maybe couple weeks of the American Legion season be more of a get things working together instead of hitting the ground running.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be kind of a new offseason as well, because last year with Coach Byrne being the head coach, it kind of ran it the way he had wanted to, and not saying I'm going to do anything different, but now it's going to be up to me on how the stuff is ran. So it's going to be a learning experience for me and for the team, but also the challenge of going to A-class here for the next 2 years. So, but that's my thing is always, if you want to be a good team, you got to be able to measure yourself against good teams. And I know last year with it being a B schedule and the schedule being thrown together late, but just played a lot of smaller schools. So this next year, upcoming year, we should have more A schools on the schedule, and look forward to the challenge. I mean, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And so it's one of those things. I mean, we're going to have, I think we probably had 10 more guys try out for high school than we did Legion. We have our 8th grade team had won state this year. We have 2 7th grade travel ball teams, which I don't think we've ever had since I've been in North Platte, of having 2 travel teams for one age group. So even though it stings now and the season didn't end, I'd like to think that North Platte baseball is on the up and up and moving in the right direction.
It really is, and of course you'll see a lot of that Class 8 talent that you saw this season, of course, next season, so you'll get a good eye variety of everything. Well, Coach Holm, thank you so much once again for stopping by here all season. I'll wait to see you come springtime when I see you in nice blue, and I'm always a fan of the blue and the red colors, so it's a little bit of a nice mix of both, but this ends the season for the FNBO Nationals, and this ends my tenure here as the Nationals play-by-play broadcaster just for the season. I don't know why I said it that way. I'll be back next year. But ends our time together here. I'll miss you. I know you guys will miss this Nationals team, and can't wait to see what comes about next year between either side as Nationals fall here to Gretna 4-3. That'll do it for our coverage here today. I'll see you all in a couple of weeks for, that's right, some high school football in Kearney, where I'll be there to root on the Bulldogs. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.